Okay, so this is Vanny Research Station. It is a 2-player spawn map. So, your opponent can only spawn in one other place because you take up one of the spawns. They will be directly across from you vertically. So if you spawn at the top, they will spawn at the bottom. You have a protected pocket expansion. You don't need to worry about this. You take this expansion somewhere between the 4 to 8 minute mark, probably earlier since it is protected. You want to worry about an attack coming from this direction, unless you sense air or drop or something like that. But no ground attack is going to come anywhere else except for the front ramp here. Other than that, I think that's about it that I want to explain at this stage of the game. As such, I'm going to go over the 10 rules of StarCraft. These are my rules of StarCraft, and they're generally sound rules. Most people agree on them. There are some that might be
Game resumed.
What was I saying? Anyways, 10 rules of StarCraft. Thou shalt have no idle workers. 2. Thou shalt not make for thyself tech or production that will not be used. 3. Thou shalt not click the command card. 4. Remember to scout to react to thy opponent. 5. Honor thy hotkeys and control groups that thine APM may prove useful. 6. Thou shalt not move into death traps. 7. Thou shalt not play random if thou art a noob. 8. Thou shalt not BM after a game, only before or during. 9. Thou shalt not purely rely on trickery. 10. Thou shalt not blame thy opponent for thine own loss. Okay, so this is good. fromagnumxl. You're using your gateway since you built the gateway. That is good. However, what is not so good is that you should have more stuff. Oh, okay, so you're starting your robo. I'm going to note, though, that you can get away with less zealots if you I'm reasoning the reason why you're building these zealots is because you're scared of mass link. You can get away with less zealots and still survive against Mass Ling if you build a wall. A wall will save you a lot of trouble. Oh, Sentry, that would also fix the problem, because Sentry has force fields. So, like, you have the right idea in mind, you just need more, a better building placement, and, okay. You don't need to take your Nexus out here. You have a pocket expansion back here. Okay, Tharak. Let's see what you have going on. You have an Evo Chamber, a Roach Warren. Roach Warren's good. That's the right time for your Roach Warren. However, you have no expansions. At this point in the game, because you're a Zerg, Zerg is always supposed to be up against their Protoss. In a ZVP, you should always be up against your opponent by 1 base. So, because your opponent has 2 bases, you need 3 bases. You are on 1 base. This is bad. Basically, the reason why a Zerg needs to be up on their opponent 1 base all the time is because the Zerg units are weak. They are designed to swarm their opponent. They are not designed to have a high kill-to-death ratio. Protoss is designed to have a high kill-death ratio. So, they can get away with less production. You need more production. More production equals more bases. Or a demand for more production equals more bases. Okay, this worker transfer is slightly excessive. You want to keep 16 workers at your main, and then just change your rally to your natural or your expansion. That way, you waste less mining time. It's just one of those minor things. It's not going to hurt you too much. But the other thing I found is that it makes it considerably easier to remember which bases you have finished saturating and which ones you still have to saturate. You should also be reaching for your Colossus Den at this point in time. And, let me see. Anything else I need to... Oh, you are going for it. You just need more gateways. Okay, so this is what I meant by your production is not where it needs to be. You should pull back from the ramp because you can't fight this. Okay. Roach Muta is good. That's the right composition. However, you don't have nearly enough roaches or enough mutas at this stage of the game. And the reason why is because you're on way too few of bases. So, you had a good composition, you just didn't have the production to back it up. Before I close this out, I do want to remind you all that the ideal worker count is 16 workers per mineral patch, or mining base, and 3 per each gas. So that puts you at a total of 22 workers per base. It says 24, but ignore that. There's this whole graph that explains why. I can explain that to you at another time.